Joined now by Phrank Shuaibu, who is the public affairs analyst. Morning, and thank you for coming on today.
Morning, Chamberlain.
Well, this follows the Nigeria Governors Forum election fallout, and so I mean, some people said, look, it was just a matter of time that this was bound to happen after the election turned out the way it did.
In fact, I want to say that this is the first reason I want to refer to the Nation newspaper as the flagship of the Nigerian press. Wow. Because they reported it about a week ago that there were plans to expel Governor Amaechi from the PDP. And it was just a matter of days for the scripts to. You see, these people have a written script. And they have been following it methodically. But unfortunately, it just reminds me of, if you listen to my good friend Amaechi, who is supposed to be the spokesperson of our great party, the PDP.
Yes.
You know him to be a very mellifluent speaker, an eloquent speaker. But when he was reading that press statement, you saw that he became a stammerer. Because he was doing something that was incongruous. Something that was wrong, something that was absurd, something that was reckless. So he was doing a hatchet man's job. And
what's wrong in that? If you say it was wrong, since you say you're a member of the PDP as well,
yes.
So what wrong did you discover in that particular
Suleiman, how do you wake up to say you have suspended a governor who is a member of a national executive council of your party without fair hearing? At no time has Governor Amaechi been invited to any committee to be asked any question as it borders on the purported allegation. How do you ask a man, a governor of a state, who did not suspend the council chairman of Obiako, local government council, to say that he should return the man to office? The man was suspended by the State House of Assembly. It is clear. You see, the problem is this. We have a set of persons who just believe that we should continue to live with by a method that is absurd.
If I may come in here,
yes.
Can't the governor, who is supposed to be the leader of the party in the
yes.
state, lobby the State House of Assembly just so that he will be seen to be obeying the directive of the party?
With profound respect, if you say the governor refused to lobby the members of the House of Assembly, how many members of the State House of Assembly does the state have? The first thing they did was to even suspend, after the judicial macabre dance, where a case was pending in the River State, in a federal high court in Rivers. A judge sitting in the Federal Capital Territory, where Mr. President is domiciled, and a judge in a court of concurrent jurisdiction with the Federal High Court in Rivers passed a judgment sacking the ESCO of the PDP. From there, that ESCO suspended just 5 members. The ESCO suspended 27 members of the State House Assembly. And today we have 5 members of the House of Assembly loyal to them and at the whims and caprices and who obey or take instructions from their benefactor.
So if they had suspended those 27 members, wasn't the ball now in the court of the governor? From the perspective of the party?
Fundamentally, what ball are we talking about? These are two divides of the polity, the executive and the legislature. The legislative arm of the government suspended the council chairman on allegations of corruption for a government that is known to be fighting corruption. Why would you now wake up a party that produced the government at the center, the largest party in Africa, a government that is fighting corruption? It is the House suspended a local government chairman, one local government chairman, for allegations bordering on corruption. I think that the most logical thing to do is to give thumbs up to such a legislative arm, rather than facing Governor Amaechi. But you see, we are not surprised. This is just a script they are acting. As I speak to you, we have it on good authority. That in the next 1 or 2 weeks, in the next 1 week, I will even tell you, in the next 1 or 2 weeks, there is a grand design to use the 5 members loyal to them to impeach Governor Amaechi the same way they did to Dari.
How is that going to happen?
You are talking of a set of people. I'll give you a classical example. How do you mean that? How is that going to happen? 35 governors sat in a small room to elect a man who will be their chairman. 35 governors, not 35 area boys, not 35 thugs, not 35 bandits. 35 governors, people who are dressed as their excellencies. They were duly accredited and voted in an election to elect a man who should lead them. We are talking of people who are of equal status.
How do you know? How do you know they voted?
Hold on, my dear brother. We are talking of a set of people who are not just of equal status. They control the economy of their respective states. Assuming they were there to share the federal allocation meant for their respective states, would those governors who are claiming that the other election was rigged, would they now allow that some other governors to change them and change their people? They should be ashamed. Their people should hold them accountable because it means that they are not even competent. How can 35 persons sit in one small room
to
elect their own representative? And somebody would wake up.
Just allow me to comment here. No, because it's on the same thought. Because you used the word, you said you're not surprised that this is happening.
Yes.
Perhaps some would say, well, they're not surprised because it looks like Governor Amaechi has always been an opposition in the PDP, knowing full well that from the start, you understood how he got into office. So it was like a case of not the anointed one of the political party. So from the very start, from the very beginning, he has always been someone you can call an opposition within the PDP.
That is where they got it wrong. Take it from his name. Oluwarotimi. It means God is with me. Chibuike means God is my strength. He is the only governor in Nigeria who does not have a political godfather. They should be ashamed. Why can anybody fight God? Can you bribe God? Listen. Some people. No. I put it to you, Chamberlain. It is not about the English names where you have either a God's will. In fact, God's will has prevailed on Friday. It was God's will. But some persons with a smaller God felt that, look, how can you say that an election of 35 excellences, distinguished people, if people was rigged.
Part of the reason why they also said it was because if 19 Northern governors had come forward and said, look, this is the candidate.
Yes.
And before now, have they ever had election in the governors' forum?
Chamberlain, the constitution.
But they said, why don't we do this the way we've always done this?
Chamberlain.
If there's a consensus,
Chamberlain,
why don't we follow that path?
Chamberlain.
Rather than take us through a turbulent path where they seem to be now.
Chamberlain, it is disgustingly imbecilic. And illiteracy, wretched illiteracy, taken to an ontological level. For anybody to say that a document signed which was signed, we are aware, Nigerians are aware, the media was awash about the manipulation before that election. Some of the governors were coerced to sign this document. My advice to even Mr. President, let me tell you something. Mr. President has no friends in these characters who are parading themselves as pro-Jonathan governors.
Well, I think we should.
Let me tell you.
Let's stay on the issue.
No, I'm staying on the issue. I'll stay on the issue. The issue is simple. See, as I speak to you, a document was signed. 19 persons, you claim 19 persons endorsed, which is a pre-election endorsement. If Akpan, the ACN candidate in Akwa Ibom State, for instance, had market women, Nigerian Union of Transport Workers, endorsed him before the 2011 election in Rivers State. In Akwa Ibom State, against Akpabio, for instance, because market women, students, and all other groups endorsed him. Because he had a copy of that endorsement, would he not carry it to the press and say, look, I am the governor of Akwa Ibom State because I have this endorsement before the election.
Has there ever been an
the
election?
The logic doesn't follow.
No, the constitution is clear and unambiguous.
We know, but has there ever been an election?
They have not. You see, at the level of the Nigerian Governors Forum, there may not have been an election. But this, I will now ask you a question. Has the politics in the Nigerian Governors Forum been as heated up as it is today? Before now, you answer me.
You are the one.
No, I put it to you. It has not. It has not. You see, there have never been an election. There's an election today because some forces, particularly from the presidency, started meddling in the affairs of the Nigerian Governors Forum election. And that was why I was ashamed when even my colleagues Ruben Abati came out to say that, look, the presidency have no hand in whatever is happening in the Nigerian Governors Forum. That was medicine after death.
Are you saying
at the time? Listen, in the last in
an
the
official position?
No,
they can't do that.
In the last 3, 4, 5 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, the media has been inundated with the role the presidency was playing as far as the Nigerian Governors Forum election was concerned. And I expected a senior professional colleague like Ruben or any of the spokespersons of the president to have said, no, we have no hand in this. Why would they come out after Jang had lost? Assuming Jang won the election, would they not have congratulated him? When Akpabio brandished that document, including Jang that he's talking about, I'm sure that when Jang was governor, I was in primary school. When I was a military administrator. Even among robbers, my dear brother, there is honor. How can governors be lying through their teeth?
Well,
assuming, wait, after losing, if you have an endorsement of 19 governors, the most credible thing to do is to go into that hall and say, look, gentlemen, with this endorsement that we have, there is no reason to go into an election.
But you see, Frank, there's a school of argument here that says that constitution on which that election was supposed to be based on is not ratified. So why should they go with that?
He who comes to equity must even come with clean hands. The same constitution says that before you